the Rapid City PD. We lost an officer here this week, Officer Nick Armstrong. So if you would, just let's give it a moment of silence here for this officer. I want to thank everyone in this community for offering an arm of extension to these families. Last week we had the drivers come up with their helmets and collect money. There was over $3,000 that was raised here, and we want to thank each of you that had a part in doing that. I know the families very much appreciate that as well. If you can, please purchase the T-shirts and the different things that are made available for the community of these families and these officers. They really appreciate all the funds that are gathered, go directly to those families. So at this time, if you would, let's look at our flag at half-mast for the officers that are fallen in our community of Rapid City, and we will have the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets sparkle, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, once again, we want to thank you to the Black Hills Speedway for coming out and just enjoying a great time this evening. I know we're going to have a lot of good fun here tonight. There's a lot of racing, a lot of different classes here that you're going to be seeing this evening. And we want to, in behalf of the Liebig family, want to thank you each for coming out, spending your quality Friday evening here at the Black Hills Speedway. There's a lot of positions been moving up and down the rows here the last week and a half as far as our point standing. And if you've got any of the flyers that they've been giving out there, you can find your favorite driver and kind of follow where his position is in the points. And so with no further ado, we're going to be starting here in just a few moments here. If you'd like to take a restroom break real quick, now is your opportunity, as well as patronize the concession areas as well. We'll get started just shortly. Go! Diving into the front of the pack there, right where he seems to be real comfortable the last couple of weeks. Number 68 down the back straightaway. Mr. Ken Reinert going into turn 3. Looking real smooth, looking real good. We got Lenard Ferguson on his back door coming around here. Here's your leader. Creeping up there at number 3 and number 44, Dan Oinus. He said been doing a fine job last week. Coming in on the back end there. Inhaling just a little bit of smoke there. A little bit of smoke coming out of the back of the number 78, Lenard Ferguson, but he's doing a fine job. Trying to creep down on the low side there, but Mr. Reinert says, I don't think I'm going to let you get up in there. But right on the back door of Ferguson there, we're looking at number 19, Bill Limbach, coming in, trying to fight for that position of number 2. Bill Limbach, number 19, is from Pierre. We want to welcome him coming out this evening to the Black Hills Speedway. Let's see how well he might do tonight on the half mile. Coming out of turn 4 here, your leader, number 68, Ken Reinert. Taking a look down on the inside, number 78, Lenard Ferguson. Can he get it done? Reinert says, not down the back straightaway, but I'm going to take another look down here. Getting a little crowded by the Uke tires. See what happens coming out of turn 4 here. Your new leader there, number 78, Lenard Ferguson. Coming into turn 3 there, number 19 of Mr. Limbach saying, I'm trying to get around this number 68, but your leader, number 78, Lenard Ferguson. Second, number 68, Ken Reinert. Holding down the 3rd position, number 19, Bill Limbach. Once again, coming out of the turn 4, little smoke coming out the back, but he says, I don't think that's a problem. Number 78, Lenard Ferguson, your leader tonight. Go down the back straightaway. Want to take a look way in the back here. Not all the way to the back, but number 24 there is a new driver here to the Black Hills Speedway tonight. He's out of Highmore. Your leader, number 78. Blaine Balloon there in the numbers 24 car. He's actually races at the Miller track and also at Huron. He said got a little wet and soggy there, so he thought he'd come out to the Black Hills tonight, and looks like he's running real smooth tonight. 22 years old. So he's got 3 feature wins in Miller. He's also holding down the 1st position as far as points. But your winner tonight on the scale, give him a cheer tonight, number 78, Lenard Ferguson. Second placer was Ken Reinert, following out that last heat. Rounding that top 3 off was number 19, Bill Limbach. Fine job. Going into heat 2 tonight in the street stock division, standing on the pole, number 49, Arlen Cooney. Outside of him, 109, Dallas Porter. Second row on the inside, number 02 of Owen Ferguson. On the outside of him, 45, Michael Logelin. Third row inside, 81, Willie Fetch. Outside of him, 95, Mr. Troy Murner driving that car this evening. And number 4 on the inside, 29, George Fancher. On the outside of him, number 60, David Luton. We're going green. Dallas Porter says, I'll take advantage of that green flag, and he jumped out there about 3-4 cars right away, holding down that 1st position pretty good, but Look who's coming up the back, the old movie star himself, number 95, the Ka-Chow car, Al Williamson, coming in trying to see if he can take the low side just a little bit to get some forward bite. But your first car here tonight is 109, Dallas Porter. Your leader, number 109 there. And my bad, I guess we didn't know, the Coyotes in the 95 car. Little Troy Murner. He's been dancing around a little bit this season. Never know where that guy might be, in what car, what night. But he's taking a good look on the high side, coming into turn 3. On the outside, can he hold it together? Not quite. Your leader yet, number 109, Dallas Porter. 29 there, coming in on the third position of George Fancher. He's been doing just a fine job this season. Just keeps making good ground. Started in the back there and just keeps filing through the field here tonight. Taking a good look on the inside, down low, getting a little sideways there. But he's holding her together. Your leader here, Dallas Porter. Down the back straight, he said, I'm going to take a look maybe on the high side again. No, we're going to come down low. Let's see if we can get something done. Little Dallas Porter keeping the door closed and saying, I don't think I'm letting you past me. There's your leader, number 109. Got a little mayhem coming out of 4 here. Number 81 car, Willie Fetch, getting tangled up just a little bit with Arlen Cooney. A little bit of damage. Hopefully it's just more superficial than anything and possibly get him put together, but we never know. A lot of good racing here this evening. Track is just looking excellent. Thanks to Mother Nature, we've had just a consistent amount of moisture coming on the facility. Makes it a little easier on the staff as well and running that water truck in, but walked across there a little earlier before the race. A lot of good moisture in there. I think we're a good dust-free evening here. Looks like it might not be so good yet for the number 49 of Arlen Cooney as they're getting ready to put him on the hook there. But I'll tell you what, if you're not aware of this, the staff that these drivers bring in, it's amazing to be in the infield and to watch, even between heats, or somebody loses a tire or maybe a A-arm or something comes apart, how quick they are capable of putting these cars back together and getting them back on the field. So it's just pretty remarkable to see what's really behind the scenes of each of these drivers and their crews as they come together and work hard. And another thing around, I know at the Black Hills Speedway, you see this quite often in the infield. You get drivers helping other drivers and their crews as well. It's about teamwork. It's about coming out here and putting a great show on for you fans in the Black Hills. Looks like we might get to go green here. We're missing our lead flagman tonight, Jeff Nelson. So we've got Doug Napier filling his shoes this evening. We might be able to get going here again. Both of these gentlemen in the flag stand tonight they're named Doug. So tonight we're going to have the Doug and Doug show there. So if you don't like what Doug's doing, blame Doug and go with the other Doug. See if it gets any better tonight. I think they'll do just a great job for us this evening. Coming out of turn 3 here. Out front. Your leader right now of 109, Dallas Porter. Let's see if we're going green, and yes, we are. Doug gives him the green flag. Of Fancher coming down into the low side of there. Troy Murner getting a little loose up top and loses a couple of positions. But down your straightaway in the back here is the number 109. Doing a really good job here at Dallas Porter. But leaving the door open down low just a little bit. And he says it's not going to matter this lap. I'll just close it again. Little love tap on the back end going into one there. 29 car of George Fancher. A little bit of loose spot on the high side, obviously, coming into turn 2 there. A couple of drivers having a little bit of problem getting some sure footing there, but I'm sure that'll work in. Coming out of turn 4 here, a battle for your lead position. Number 29 is your new leader, George Fancher. George saying, I finally found a spot there that would hook up. Get a little better forward bite, and there he goes, putting about 4 cars in the middle there down the back straightaway. But look who's coming in battling for the 3rd position down low. He said if it worked for Fancher, I think it might just work for me. We've got one more lap to go. Owen Ferguson saying, I think I'm just going to follow this 29 car. I might just get a really good finish here tonight. Murner picking up a lot of ground there from getting a little loose a couple laps down. He's already back up into the 3rd position. Let's see if he gets a little forward bite in that low groove. This is not this time, but your winner tonight of heat number 2, George Fancher. Going in 2nd there, looking real good, is the number 2 car of Owen Ferguson, rounding out the top 3. Number 95 car, the Kachow car, driven tonight by Troy Murner. Let's give him a hand tonight. Your winner coming off the scale there, number 29. Mr. Ferguson did a really good job. Found a good groove there and made it work. And a couple of the other guys thought we'd just follow that same lead. They did a good job there, number 29 of Ferguson. Coming out onto the field, a next class here at Black Hills Speedway, none other than your super stock class. Nice bright green and white car. Number 14, Wade Kroon is out here. He's going to hold down your pole position tonight for the first heat. He says thank you to Rushmore Fencing on the outside of him. Your feature winner last Friday night, boy did he put a show on. He just held his position, held his good ground, and he was your feature winner last Friday night, the number 6 in of Jamie Neumiller. He says thank you to Neumiller Body Shop. On the inside, 2nd row, number 48 of Howard Hunter. Outside of Howard is number 6 of Steve Neumiller. Well, he's supposed to be there. We'll just see what happens here in a little bit. Coming out of turn 4, green flag. Jamie Neumiller jumping out front there right away. He says if the track holds up like it did last week, I feel a good night coming on, and he's putting some car spaces between them already. Down to the back straight, coming into turn 3. But Wade Kroon says, you know what, that groove's working for you. It will probably work for me as well. But your leader, number 6 of Jamie Neumiller. Nice battle for 3rd position coming into the back here. Terry Harris on the inside. Excuse me, no, that was Y5, Douglas Vandelier. He was your feature winner of the Manuel Torres evening. Did a great job there as well. The Y5 car holding down your 3rd position. Coming in there, knocking on the back door of Wade Kroon, but Wade says, no, I want to just get a little bit ahead of you, hopefully. Make this thing work. You'll notice that as the evening goes on, the groove gets a little wider sometimes, but right now it seems the low side's working better. Battling for 2nd position. Number 14 of Wade Kroon. Trying to hold him off. Does a fair job coming out of turn 2, making that happen. But coming out of turn 4, look at this. Your leader by a good stretch, Jamie Neumiller, number 6 car. Number 5 car battling for third position there with the Y5. Terry Harris, 5 in the Y5, coming back and forth there. Neumiller laying down a really nice quick lap there of 21.8. He's found a really good groove there tonight. Got a good running car. Motor's just singing along there. The second position coming up behind him there, the Y5 of Douglas Van Leer. Again, he holding down that position and winning the feature of the Manuel Torres night, getting the trophy for that. He's back out this evening, hoping he can have just as good a luck maybe later. But your leader, number 6, Jamie Neumiller. Got a little mishap here coming in turn 4. Looks like Wade Kroon of number 14 rolling it inside. We'll call it quits at this moment. Your leader laying down a quick lap again of 21.781. He's holding down the actual fast time tonight. One more lap around there as we had a white flag. Coming out of turn 4. Would you give him a warm welcome? Here is your winner, the number 6 car of Jamie Neumiller. Holding down the second position there of the Y5 car, Douglas Van Leer. And number 5, Terry Harris, rounding out your top 3 in the heats tonight, your first heat of the Super Stock division. Track is just really dialing in tonight. On to the scale. He's got to feel really good tonight. It's a way to keep it going there from his feature win. Give him one more warm welcome tonight is your winner tonight in the first heat, number 6 of Jamie Neumiller. Ready for our second heat tonight of the Super Stock division. Very colorful and familiar car here tonight, the number 57X from Chad Horst. He's going to be holding down your pole position tonight on the outside of him. Number 93 of James Hughes. Got a little out of shape last week. Ended up in the back stretch, close to the guardrail there, but James got his car back together tonight on the second row inside. Number 3 of Tom Steele. Outside of Tom, 3D of Ross Dixon. I mean, a great feature winner. He just lays laps down like you haven't seen for a long time. I'm curious to see what he might do here this evening. We welcome Ross Dixon back to the Black Hills Speedway. Inside third row, 4L, Chris Larson. On the outside of him, the Romans 5-8 car of Bobby Beckman. Row 4 rounding this out is 9C of Chris Walker, 6A of Dale Ames, and we're going green. Chad Horst says this is a familiar position for me, so I think I'll just take my mark with number 4, getting a little banging and bumping there. Finds himself up into the wall there of turn 2. Number 4L of Chris Larson leaves his mark on turn 2 wall, but he's already jumped out of that car. Not hurting at all. Might be a little stiff in the morning. Really build these cars safe anyway. He throws a piece of something down, says that wasn't the way this was supposed to happen already. We're glad he's out of the car and doing okay tonight. Number 3 of Tom Steele there, got a piece of his car sticking up in the air on the right side. It looked like he may have got in there, that number 4 just a little bit, tangled up. As we've seen earlier in the races this evening already, there's a little bit of a loose spot there, possibly coming on the apex of 1 and 2, and he's catching a couple of the cars here tonight. Not saying that's what happened, but we could only presume, possibly. How about that 57X car looking real good tonight? Chad Horst already jumped out there, doing all right. If you were here last Friday night, you know you didn't miss the main highlight of the evening of Friday night with that 57X car. Got a little bumping and banging going on different times, and the officials kept trying to address that situation. They've been pretty lenient throughout the season, but they decided maybe we better put a little teeth into our program here and tighten up the program, and they had to move that car back a couple spaces, couple rows, and got tangled up again with a couple different cars, and it was your idea. We'll just blame the fans. How about that? They said the 57X car might need to go all the way to the back there of the bus, but he did that. But you Chad Horst fans, you knew what he was going to do. That guy laid her down again, and if you were watching that lap by lap, that car 57X all the way from the back on the winning lap, he was right banging on the back door of that number first car, number 6, Jamie Neumiller. Did a fine job just running them down. You never know what you're going to find out of that Horst crew there. They've been out here a long time with the Black Hills Speedway. It was just a fine job. Well, it looks like we got the number 4 of Larson on the hook there, just getting him off the back straightaway. Maybe one more lap around here, and we'll get everybody gathered up and get this heat race back together. We're waiting just a few moments. If you've got your radio there, whether you're on the back straightaway, maybe you've got headphones in the stands. I know the crews and the crews in the race teams on the infield there use the radios as well to hear what's going on. But 105.1 FM is the official radio station of the Black Hills Speedway, and that being brought to you by Hugh and Sandy Martin of Martin Salvage. We want to say a special thank you to you for making this radio available. We just get nothing but good feedback from the fans and spectators. So the 105.1 FM, your radio station at the Black Hills Speedway. Looks like they're getting them together hopefully here. They still got a yellow flag out. I want to say special thanks to our season sponsors tonight. Tonight, obviously, is the Sam's Trailer Sales Night, bringing you this evening of racing. Located 105 North Campbell. Having some construction over there for the next few weeks, but if you'll just be patient with them, they will get you in and display all the trailers they've got, whether you're looking for a dump trailer or flatbed. They've got high-quality Diamond brand trailers there of all sorts. They also carry United cargo trailers, Mission aluminum trailers as well. If you need, maybe we've got some bikers here this evening and you don't want to ride that bike all the way back home and you want to put it on a trailer, go on in and see the folks there at Sam's Trailer Sales. 105 North Campbell, we thank them for being our evening sponsor tonight at the Black Hills Speedway. Looks like we've got them grouped together. They're looking in good form. Got a green flag hanging on the corner here, and we're off racing tonight. We're in the second heat of the Super Stock Division. Taking a look down on the inside, row number 2 is none other than Mr. Walker of the 9C car. Getting a little sideways and loose in there. We're battling for that 3rd position, but here's your leader, the number 57X of Chad Horst. Moving into that 3rd position. 3D of Ross Dixon. He says, I'll find my way to the front as quick as I can. 7X of Chad Horst holding down the 2nd position of 9C. Chris Walker. Ross Dixon, as we've said, many feature wins. He's held point championships. He's done a fine job and decided to come out tonight and be a part of the Black Hills Speedway half mile. In a good groove there. Back into the 6A car. 6A is Dale Ames. Chad Horst laying down a really nice lap there of 21.36. Your leader tonight, number 57X. 21.74 coming right behind him of Mr. Chris Walker of the 9C car. This year is the first year we were able to use what they call transponders, and that gives us exactly the lap speeds, the timing as well. Helps us see just how competitive each of these drivers are in their respectable divisions. Coming out of turn 2 there, giving it a little battle, the Dixon car coming up on the back end of Walker. And he takes one last look down on the bottom on the inside. Can he get it done coming out of turn 4? Chris says no, not this time around, but your leader consistently and way out front there, number 57X. Dixon still battling for the second position coming out of turn 2. Walker says, I'm just going to hold you off as long as I possibly can. Doug says one more time around. Got the white flag out here. Second place is 9C yet of Walker, and third of Dixon, but he is doing a battle down low. And what happens here in turn 2, nobody knows, but they're holding it together. Coming out of the turn 2 there is Dixon in your second position. But coming on the front deck here is 57X, your winner, Chad Horst. Out of turn 4, Ross Dixon, number 3, is your second car coming out of here, and Mr. Walker, 9C, excuse me, rounds out your. Got a caution here. Number 3 spinning out there. Chad Horst coming off the scale there. Give him a hand tonight. 57X. Tell you what, he laid down the fast lap tonight. His fastest actually is 21.164, almost getting down into a 20 flat. So we want to give a warm welcome and congratulations there to Chad Horst of the 57X car. How about that Ross Dixon coming into Rapid City saying, you know what, I don't race on this half mile that often, but it feels good tonight. Curious to see what he might be able to bring to the field here in his feature race tonight. Slipping into the Nology Midwest B-Mod division tonight in the first heat. Going to hold down the pole position is the number 66. There he is, coming across the flag stand. Number 66 of Mark Brave, be your pole sitter tonight. On the outside of him, number 21. Terry McNamara, been out here putting on a good show each night as well. On the inside, second row, number 69 of Britt Williams. The outside of Britt is 95 of Mike Kress. Mike got a little sideways and upside down earlier in the season out of turn 2, but you know what? These good heartfelt race car drivers, they just never know how to give up. They just fall down, get back up, put her together, and they're out here again. So we thank the drivers for putting the effort forth to get out here each and every night. Third row, inside, the Tires car of Scott Tyrell. On the outside of Scott is 99T. Very familiar car here. Pulling some feature wins, pretty consistent. Tim Torres, 99T car. Outside, or inside, excuse me, fourth row. It's a 29G car of Grant Bolt. Says thank you to Grant or Bolt Roofing. And outside, the 57X. You're not seeing double vision, you're just seeing another class with the same number. Actually, the same driver. So your heat winner just a moment ago is in a new car. outside row 4 of Chad Horst, the 57X car. I want to thank Dickey's Barbecue for one of our season sponsors, also the sponsor of the Dickey's Tower of Power we're announcing from. Just adjacent to us here in the announcer's booth is Speedway Productions booth, also a part of the Dickey's Tower of Power. I want to thank Lee Hallway and his group for helping us out at the Black Hills Speedway. Boston's Restaurant, Sports Bar, Johnson Machine, Napa Auto Parts, A&E Plumbing, Empire Auto Brokers, Sturt Events Auto Parts, Spearfish Excavating, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, your lone leader in the Black Hills, Fisher Beverage bringing you Miller and Miller Lite, Brink Constructors, Rushmore Fencing, Bellstar Gentlemen's Club coming out of turn 3, taking a good look here. Doug says we're going green. Very familiar to this track tonight. Mark Brave jumps out ahead there. Close call coming on the apex of 1 and 2. Coming down the front straightaway, your leader, number 66 of Mark Brave, number 69 car of Brett Williams. Gave it a really good quick battle there going into turn 1 on your first lap. Mark says, you know what, this is working for me. 3 wide coming down the back straightaway. Chad knocking on the door in between 2 doors there. I go high, go low, don't know. But your leader, number 66 of Mark Brave. Battling that 3rd position there. The 21 taking a look on the outside. 95 says I'm doing good down on the low. Maybe I can hold it together and regain down the back straightaway. Diving into turn 3. Got Horst 57X on the back end. A little bump draft, and maybe we can push him all the way through and hold his position. Looks like he gets it done there. 57X taking up the 21's position. Holding down the 4th position of 57X. Chad Horst. But way ahead on the back straight going into turn 3. Your leader tonight, Mark Brave in the number 66 car. Britt Williams saying, hang on, I'm still trying to catch up with you. But starting to get a little heat on the back end of that 69 car. Got number 95, Mike Kress, but Horst is pushing Kress a little bit. Fighting for that nice position there, but your leader, number 66 of Mark Brave. As you notice here, the track is coming together even more and more, and the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th positions tightening all up. Got a little loose there, lose the opportunity. Horst down on the inside, fighting down on Kress here into turn 3, seeing if he can't do it. And looks like he found the quicker groove there, and already up into the 2nd position. You're going to be seeing him get a little closer and closer, I believe, to the number 66 car, your leader of Mark Brave tonight. '99T of Torres lays down your quick lap here in that last lap of 21.829. But your leader, one more time around. Got the white flag out, 2nd position, 57X. Fast time right now is 22.028 of Chad Horst, the 57X. But give him a welcome here to victory lane here. 66 of Mark Brave is your winner tonight. 57X rounding out the 2nd position. Number 95 of Mike Kress rounding out the 3rd position there. 99T of Torres. And number 69 car rounding out your top 5 tonight. Track is just coming in really nice tonight. A little horsepower, it might work for you as well. On to the deck here is your winner. Give him a hand. Number 66 of Mark Brave. And 57X car starting all the way from the back. goes all the way up into the second position and also laid down the fast lap of that entire race there. So give it up for 57X of Chad Horst. More and more of these Knowledge B Midwest Modifieds, they're coming out. More and more drivers each season. Looking all the way close to the back there, the 15R there is Austin Roth. He's been patiently putting his car together and getting out here, so it's good to see these new drivers as well make the effort, but we know they can't do it without their sponsors. He thanks Olson Towing, Jeremax, Speed Center. Sitting on the pole position tonight, the 3X, Lyndon Bolt. On the outside of him, the 79, Andy Fitzgerald. Second row inside, 14. Tyler Mills been gone for a couple nights, but he's back to you tonight. Outside of him, 73C, Jason Hanrahan. 20X of Jesse Horst, and we are going green. Outside, number 79, Andy Fitzgerald says, I think I can lead the pack here. See if I can't get the jump on him. Bolt falling to the back there into the fourth position somehow. But coming into your second position, '73C of Jason Hanrahan. Talking with Jason a little bit before the races start, and I said, so what is some of the things that you've got up your sleeve? He said, I ain't got anything up my sleeve. Here's the deal. We leave the dirt on our car from week to week. We don't wash it. We keep it banged up a little bit. We're just farmers coming out here putting a show on for the city folk. Your leader, 79 of Andy Fitzgerald. Looking back at the 20X car of Jesse Horst is your standing points leader in this class, in this division. So keep your eye on the 20X car. He's got something to run for tonight, but give it up for your leader tonight, 79 of Andy Fitzgerald. Number 3 car of Lyndon Bolt there, regaining a position after sliding back into fourth. Gets his third position back anyway. Coming up close on Hanrahan, but your leader, number 79, Andy Fitzgerald, holding down the second position, number 73C, Jason Hanrahan. Resides out of Milesville, South Dakota. Formerly a resident of the big city of Phillip. Doing a fine job holding down the second seat this evening. But your leader, number 79, Mr. Andy Fitzgerald, looking real fine tonight. Number 14 of Tyler Mills knocking on the back door of 3X of Lyndon Bolt, saying, you know what, I think I can get this done if I can just keep this car down into this tight groove. Keeps getting a little loose on him coming into turn 2. Coming out of turn 4 again, though, putting quite a few car lengths between him there. 79 of Fitzgerald. Rex Conrad of the 67 car. Out again, did a good job last week. But out again this evening in this blue car. Kind of a new program he's running. Flagman says one more time around with a white flag, and by a good stretch of the imagination, we've got 79 of Andy Fitzgerald, your leader tonight. Down the back straightaway, battling in that third position, Jesse Horst comes in, tags a little bit up on that 3X car of Lyndon Bolt. But your winner tonight, give him a warm applause of 73, Andy Fitzgerald. Andy laying down a lap of 22.4. It's kind of nice having a little more technology at the Black Hills Speedway. If you only knew how they've done this for years and years with binoculars and stopwatches and trying to do car count and whatnot, it gets very non-hassle free, I'll just put it that way. But now we're able to make some investments, and just one of the many things, folks, that you've seen improve out here at this great facility, the half-mile speedway of the Black Hills Speedway. But on deck, give it up for number 79, your winner tonight, Andy Fitzgerald. Did a great job there, holding down that number 1 position. get ready here in our third heat event tonight. Very, very familiar car as he passes the flag stand there. Number 37M car. That is the car of Travis McDonnell, the late brother of Brady McDonnell. Tell you what, Brady has been doing just a fantastic job of driving that car in memorial of his brother, Travis. On the outside of him is going to be 31 of Kyle Harkin. On the inside, 2M on the second row of Paul Olson, doing a fine job as well this season. Outside of him, a veteran driver, 85, Doug Pudwell. 73 of William Day. Troy Leiker, 17. 15S of Jimmy Berkovich. And we got a green flag. McDonnell says, I know the drill here. Keep it down tight, get the gas pedal down, and get the forward bite coming out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, putting a good stretch of the lead there with Paul Olson of the 2M car, taking a look down on the inside of 3. Does he get it done? He does, and he is now currently in the second position. But your leader, 37M, Brady McDonnell. Leiker, number 17, jumping up into the 4th position there, knocking on the back door of number 31 there. Kyle Harkin takes a good look down on the inside of 3. Gets himself into 3rd position, number 17 of Leiker. But your leader, 37M of Brady McDonnell. Paul Olson of the 2M car. Consistent, very consistent this year. McDonnell laying a lap of 22, almost flat. He's your lap leader and your race leader at the time of the 37M, Brady McDonnell. Number 17 of Leiker coming up on the back end of Olson, trying to see if he can get something done coming out of turn 2. Takes a look down onto the low side, shows him that right front. Paul says, I don't think so. We're going to try to hold it down, but we slip up to the high side a little bit. Maybe we can squeeze him off down tight. Still currently holding down that second position, the 2M of Olson. But look at that 37M car, Brady McDonnell, just doing a fine job, holding down almost a half a straightaway there. Leiker, number 17, says, I took a look down on the low side down the back straightaway and seated myself in the second position. McDonnell pulling a 21.8 is the best lap time. Got a little smoke down the back straightaway coming out of the 17 car. Pushing it. We get some smoke coming out of there. But remaining your leader, number 37M of Brady McDonnell, seating himself back into the second position. The 2M car of Paul Olson. 31 of Kyle Harkin, holding down consistently your 3rd position. Car's getting stretched out almost evenly across this track right now. For whatever reason, some are going a little faster, some having a little mishap. But Doug says one more time around and take a look down the back straightaway. There is your leader almost by a full stretch of the back stretch there, a 37M of Brady McDonnell coming out of turn 4. Get on your feet. Give him a warm thank you for bringing it in here. He is your winner tonight, 37M. And I was just informed that he broke the 21.878. His only B-mod in the 21-second bracket to break that. Some great racing tonight. Just guys are putting it together. Coming on deck, number 37M, Colorado football player, also for New York. 37M, Brady McDonnell, your winner tonight. Looking good tonight. Looking really good. He says thanks to Stryker. Said a lot of thanks to Sam Liebig, helping him with a lot of the things it takes to get that car out front. And he wants to say special thanks to Sam and Dan. Second position there was Paul Olson. There again, he's been one as a feature winner. Did good last week as well, but coming in close on that second position. The number 31. And saying, you know, he's rounding out the top three. And we are moving on to our next heat race. All right, we've got another new driver here tonight, 57X of Larry Whipp. Not the Chad Horst car, 57X, but he's brought a different one, 57X Larry Whipp, holding down the pole position. Outside of him is a J car, familiar driver here at the Black Hills Speedway. Chris Johnson inside, second row, 36. Kelly Hampel on the outside, F16. Scott Anderson inside, third row, 44 of Eric Mass. On the outside of him, number 13 of Brent Nielsen. As you notice, that number F16 car driven by Scott Anderson, they got a little helter-skelter there last week. Him and Dan Hendrickson tagging up here, coming down the front straightaway into turn one, and he got a little spun around and got into the wall, tore up a lot of sheet metal last week. I went down and visited with Scott just a little bit briefly before the races. I said, you damage anything excessive? Or anything? He goes, nah, just superficial, nothing but a little sheet metal. We're good, no hard feelings. We're back here tonight to put a good show on to the fans at the Black Hills Speedway, and we're about to get it done under this heat race. We're going green. Johnson took a look there, hit the gas pedal, jumped way out front, but the F16 said he was going to try it. We've got a yellow flag out here. If you notice, that J car had a little quick jump there. We'll just see what happens. Uh-oh. Is this the first time we've seen this year? If my eyes aren't messing with me, we got a black flag out there. The J car going to the back for a little excessive jump on that start. The officials require a fair start. We're seeing a little bit of this, looks like every week now. Well, drivers in all classes, you might want to just pay a little closer attention of what maybe you've been getting away with in the past. Doesn't look like it may be tolerated here any longer, so we want to keep it as fair as we possibly can. That's why they do it. They're not here to penalize anybody, but they're just making it fair. Taking one more look coming out of turn 4, and we've still got a yellow. Check this out. Just got word from the officials that flag didn't wave. That black flag did not open up. He just had it rolled up, using it as a pointing device. He said, Mr. Johnson, do that again, and you will go to the back. Well, Doug's not as rough as we thought around the edges, so he will retain his original position on the outside of the pole position. The J car of Chris Johnson. Doing a really good job out here. He's raced out here for quite a long time in his family, and he's back out here to do the best that he possibly can. So it looks like we got him a good formation coming down the back. Gripping the green flag here, so it looks like things are probably going to be underway. And here we go. Johnson says, jump or not, I'll just do what I do best, and that's hit the thing to the wood and make this thing hook up, and sprinting out of turn 2, looking really good. And the F16 car saying, you know what, get this thing wound up a little bit here, and I think I'm going to bring something for you. But your leader, the number J car of Chris Johnson. Battling for the third position on the outside. 44 car of Eric Mass says, I think I can get this handled, and he does right around into turn 3, closing in on the second position. But your leader, J car of Chris Johnson, picking up the second position, taking a good look down low, the F16. Can he get it done? coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Taking a look one more time into turn 3, but Johnson holding that line, holding high side, and it seems to really be going good for him. Your leader, the J car of Mr. Chris Johnson. Eric Mass making some good ground out of turn 2, the number 44 car. The F16 made it work for him, and he is your new leader tonight. Scott Anderson, your new leader in this late model division tonight. Their heat race. Johnson still holding down that second position. Mass trying a couple different things, but your leader tonight in the F16 car, Mr. Anderson. Talking with Eric Mass a little bit earlier in the week and saying, I've had nothing but a string of bad luck, but maybe tonight we can make something work. Your leader coming down for one more lap, one more time around. The J car of Johnson holding that second position, but Mass the 44 holding that third, trying to come up on the back end of Johnson to see if he can bring something to him in this last half a lap. Can he make it work? But your winner, F16, Scott Anderson, and he makes it happen. Second position, number 44 of Eric Mass. Rounding out the top 3, Chris Johnson of the J car, putting a great show on tonight. A great bunch of driving this evening. Good job, guys. Good job, everybody holding things together. All right, getting ready for our Heat 2 of the late model division tonight. Holding down in your pole sitter tonight is the 1QT car, driven by Brian Diede. He's out of Huron. Visited with him a little bit this evening. Said, how's it going, Brian? Things working well for you? He says, you know, I've only run about 15 shows this season, which is real light for him, he said. But he said, doing well. He said, holding down the points as far as at the Huron track as well. We're taking a good look here, and we're going green. Diede taking advantage of that pole position, sticks it to the wood, goes into turn 1, coming out of 2. Got about 5-car lead stretch there, but right behind him coming in there is the number 47 of your hometown hero, Len Amick, coming out of turn 4, your leader, 1QT, Brian Diede. Len Amick of the 47 car saying, I think I can hold this car just about in that spot where it's working the best. But look what's coming up into the turn in a position 3 there. Tony Liker coming in on the 3rd position. Your leader, Brian Diede. John Bay trying to battle for that 4th position back there. Liker, number 18, coming in trying to battle for the 2nd. Your leader putting a good long stretch out in front of everybody. Brian Diede of the 1QT. Len Amick of 47 says, you know what, I'm doing just an okay job here as well, and I'm going to try to retain this 2nd position and work my way just a little bit closer. But your leader tonight, the number 1T of Brian Diede. Virgil Randall in the 8 car there, working hard, trying to get that thing up closer and closer. He's had a spree of bad luck, but he's here tonight doing a good job. Your leader, number 1QT, Brian Diede. In position now, just made that pass and that move coming out of 4 is number 18 of Tony Liker. Amick of number 47, trying to hold off the backside of here of John Bay, 82, but he takes a look down on the inside, says, I'm not going to let you get her done now, but he's holding down the third position. 47, Amick. 82 of John Bay being holding down the fourth position. Virgil Randall picking up the back end. Your winner, Brian Diede of number 1 QT. In second tonight, number 18, Tony Liker, fares out of Gillette, Wyoming. In the 47 car, your hometown hero of Lynn Amick. John Bay of the 82 car, finishing in fourth. Virgil Randall. Talking with Virgil, he says that bad luck one way every now and then. He says, I keep coming up into that combustible traffic. I saw him with a sawzall cutting part of his exhaust off because it was completely crushed. But he held it together tonight. Hopefully he'll do a little better in the feature. Well, let's give it up tonight off the deck here. The number 1 QT out of Huron there, Brian Diede, doing a great job tonight. Comes out to the Black Hills of number 02 of Owen Ferguson. On the outside of him, number 95, the Kachow car, driven by Troy Murner. Inside row 3, 78, Lenard Ferguson. Outside of him, 68, Ken Reinert. Fourth row, inside, 29, George Fancher. On the outside of him is number 19 of Bill Lembach. Fifth row, 101, Vince Comer. Outside of him is number 45, Michael Logelin. Sixth row inside, 24, Blaine Balloon. He's in from a Miller and Highmore area tonight. Willie Fetch on the outside, number 81. And here we go. Taking a quick jump into the front side there of the number 44 of Dan Hoynes, but knocking on the back door of the number 95, driven by Troy Murner. Taking a look down into turn 3. Can he get it done? But he's putting some pressure on. You got 3 wide in a couple of spots coming out of turn 4. But your leader, number 44, Dan Hoynes, got some calamity coming out of turn 4. It looks like we might hold something together here. No, possibly not. We're getting a yellow out here, sounds like. So we are under caution. But down the back straightaway where they just having some fun. And we got some more mess up here coming out of turn 3, but it looks like we might have it salvaged. Everybody excited tonight to get to that front position. Had an old crew chief tell me one time, you've probably all heard it before, you're not going to win it in the first lap. But you could sure have some fun trying to get it done. Michael Logelin of the number 45 car getting a little sideways there out of turn 4 and causing the caution here tonight to come out. We're going to pick back up there, and we left off with Willie Fitch of 81. He was originally there of row 7. On the inside was 192 of Jeremy Farr. He's down here having an official take a look at his car. It looks like we're going to go to our original lineup, it sounds like, from the officials' booth. And on the outside of Jeremy Farr then is going to be the 00 of Bob Farmer. The row 8 on the inside, number 66 of Justin Woodard. He says thank you to Marty Brave for helping him out. He was in the store today and said, I don't know what he did to my car, but man, it's working nice. He's going to keep having a lot of fun. Number 66 of Justin Woodard. On the outside, number 60, David Luton. On the 9th row, inside, Scott Martin driving the number 22 car, bright orange car on the back there. And another one of the Cooney drivers out tonight, Arlen Cooney of the number 49 car. Their family just seems to just go way back into the racing atmosphere. So Arlen's out here tonight driving the number 49 car. Looks like everything got put back together. He lost a little bit of that front nose in his heat race, but made it work. Okay, we've got a blue Harley Davidson, South Dakota plate of MN7808. It's right at the back of the beer garden back here against the gate, and they would like to have you come up there and move it just as soon as you can. A blue Harley Davidson, South Dakota plate, MN7808. Doug's taking a good look here. He's got good formation coming out of turn 4. Here we go. Hoynes and Murner right away jumping out front stretch, knocking on the back door of the 44 car. Coming into the 3rd position though, last week's feature winner, number 68 of Ken Reinert, coming in on that 3rd spot. But here is your leader, number 44, Dan Hoynes. A little bumping and banging, getting pushed up to the high side in turn 2 there, but everybody holding it together. Coming into turn 3, you got 1, 2, 3, coming, knocking on each other's doors, coming out of turn 4. Here is your leader, number 44, Dan Hoynes. Number 24 car, the green and orange one back there, making some ground room. He's back from Highmore. Mr. Balloon, he's doing a fine job, but here comes your 1, 2, and 3 leaders this evening. Dan, Troy, and Ken. Getting them bunched up back in there, trying to sort them all out. Sometimes you just can't make the move that you really want to, so you got to wait another time around. Your leader trying to stretch it out a little bit. Dan Hoynes in the number 44 car. Ken Reinert in the number 68. Getting these movie cars back to back here. And you got the Kachow car of number 95, driven by Troy Murner this evening. The old Wile E. Coyote tonight. They've been calling him the Wolfman. Keep switching cars, keep switching names. You got one down here coming out of turn 2. We'll see what the officials decide to do with that. Something losing power there, but he might be able to pull it into the 109. He was doing really good in his heat race, but I think he pulls it off to the back stretch there. Dallas Porter. Looks like we continue in the green. Here they come out of 4, battling for first. Reinert and Hoynes, and Reinert says, you know what, it's my turn. Thank you very much. Ken Reinert doing a fine job last week. He won the feature event for the street stocks. He also does a lot of the work out here on the track with his crew, helping it work for you. Your leader, number 68 of Ken Reinert, followed by number 44 of Dan Hoynes. Taking up the 3rd position of the number 95 of Troy Murner. But look who's coming in 4th position. Banging away here is that wild 101 of Vince Comer. And all the way from the back, look at that number 22 of Scott Martin in your 5th position. But here's your leaders, 1, 2, and 3. Vinny Comer there trying to lose his trunk lid there, or his deck lid. We'll see if he can hold it on. Going so fast you start losing the panels off of your car. I don't know about that, but it's fun racing anyway. He's moving around some slower traffic here, holding down. But your leader is number 68, Ken Reinert. Vinny Comer coming into that 4th seat there of number 101. 22 of Scott Martin, keep your eye on him. He's been doing a good job this year. Bought that car from Mr. Murney. He drove that last year, but he's figuring this out as well. Scott Martin into number 22. Your leader, number 68. Here we go, Ken Reinert. As we said, keeping an eye on that number 24 car. Mr. Balloon coming out of Highmore, South Dakota. He's holding the points status, and he is first in points out in the Miller track. Coming here to the Black Hills Speedway, saying they rained out at home. Had to race somewhere, thought I'd come out to Rapid City tonight. Just passing the 19 car, but down the back stretch. Keep your eye on that number 68 car coming around turn 3, coming out of 4. Last week's feature winner, your leader right now, number 68, Ken Reinert, followed up by the 44 of Dan Oynes. Dan did a great job last week as well. So these are the first 3 cars contending, but Benny Comer of that 101 trying to lose part of his body, but he says, you know what, I'm not going to let that mess me up. I'm going to keep pushing as he pushes around turn 3 coming out of 4. Your leader coming into some lap traffic, number 68 of Ken Reinert. One more lap to go here. Nice spread out field of cars. Getting into some lap traffic here. Oynes number 44 in the second position. Third position, number 95. One more time around, Doug says. And we're going to find out who's going to take this thing, who wants it worst. Good field of cars this evening, all looking good, doing a good job. Down the back straightaway, knocking on the back door of that 95 car is the 101 of Vince Comer, trying to get in that third position. But your winner tonight, number 68 of Ken Reinert, followed up by 44, Dan Oynes. Both of those men working hard for that, but your winner, number 68, looking good tonight. Another feature win under his belt, Mr. Ken Reinert. Third position there was the number 95 car driven by Troy Murner, followed up by the 101 of Vince Comer. 22 of Scott Martin coming all the way from the back. It just kept getting tougher and tougher, but he got up into that top 5 seat, and all of them looking really good tonight. This has been your street stock feature division tonight. Give them all a hand tonight if you would. And there is your leader and your winner coming off of the scale, number 68, Mr. Ken Reinert. Great job, guys. Started in your super stock division for the feature tonight on the pole position. Haven't seen him here for a little while, but number 82 of Ken Rose. He's going to hold down that pole position. On the outside of Ken's going to be the number 5 of Terry Harris. Second row inside, the 6N of Jamie Neumiller. He won the heat race and won the feature last week. Outside of Jamie is going to be the number 9C of Chris Walker. Inside row 3, 57X of Chad Horst. Outside of him is 6A, Dale Ames. And a new car back here to the Black Hills Speedway tonight. In the 4th row on the inside is the Y5 car of Douglas Van Leer. Van Leer coming into Rapid City tonight. Said, I think I want to get back on this half mile and see what we can do. Looked real well in his heat. On the outside of him, another visitor tonight, holding down a lot of champion races all over the Midwest here. Number 3D of Ross Dixon on the 5th row inside. 48 Howard Hunter. On the outside of him, number 93 James Hughes, holding it all together again. 6th row inside, 38 Jim Embry. On the outside of him, driving the Romans 5-8 car, driven by Bobby Beckman. The 7th row on the inside, number 14 Wade Cruan. He kind of went in on his heat race there. Something was going on. Looks like he got everything put back together. He's back for the feature tonight. On the outside of him, the number 3 car, Tom Steele. Heading up your 8th row on the inside, the 4L car, driven by Chris Larson. Had a little bad luck earlier tonight, but he made it all well tonight. Got everything put back together. Good to see you back on the track, Chris. On the outside of him, it says number 6, we'll just have to look again. I think it says number 1 there. They gave me a 6, but let's disregard my notes. Look at what's in reality here. The number 1 car, the red car in the back there, he's going to be on the outside of the 8th row. This is driven by Steve Neumiller, driving a new car tonight. He says it's all time to start over again here, and he said he hopes this thing works out to his benefit as well. Taking up the 9th row is number 67 of Darren Shearer. So this completes your lineup here, and I think we're waiting on one more car to get out here. Number 3, here he comes. He got tangled up just a little bit briefly in his heat race, but hopefully nothing major. Number 3 of Tom Steele, and we'll give him a lap here to get in position. Once again, we want to say thank you to our season sponsors. It's Sam's Trailer Sales Night tonight at the Black Hills Speedway. You want to take a look, or if you're in need for a trailer, whether it's used or new, they have a little bit of everything over there. 105 North Campbell, right next to Dodgetown. Stop by and check them out. They're actually in the Speed Center building there. RVS Storage. Western Wanderer Photography of Rapid City. We just mentioned the Speed Center as well. K-Sky 95.1, your rock and roll station for the Black Hills. We want to say special thanks to Eagle Sales, Budweiser, and the Caputa Store, just 9 miles east on 44, going out and see the gang there and see Ryan Olson. The Cutting Edge Lawn Service, Peerless Tire, Gary Rose, Speedway Productions tonight. I want to say thank you to each of those that have come on board here tonight. August 23rd, if you haven't made a mark on your calendar or your PDA, you need to plan to be here. I'm going to tell you that, and hopefully you get your ticket pretty quick. The World of Outlaws, that's not a rumor, it is a fact. The World of Outlaws will be here at this track on the 23rd. That'll be a Tuesday evening. You want to get here early. A lot of times them guys will roll in as early as 1 or 2 in the afternoon. You can sit out here and watch these rigs pull in. They get their cars ready. There's going to be a lot of trailers set up for t-shirt sales and what have you. But the World of Outlaws, August 23rd, be Tuesday evening. So mark that down on your calendar. Your local 360 drivers will be with them as well. Here we go. Bumping and banging down the front straightaway, the 6M, all upside down. This is not what we want to see tonight, especially taking off here after we get in good formation. This will be obviously under a red caution tonight, so the cars will come to a complete stop. Red flag being presented there in the flag stand. A lot of bumping and banging. We're seeing some movement there out of the cars, which is always a good sign. Climbing out of the cars, it's always a great sign. Come on, all you chicken dancers, let's get on our feet. Let's see who the best chicken dancer is tonight at the Black Hills Speedway. You never know, that camera crew of Speedway Productions just might have you on that video tonight. You'll have to take that chance and get on your feet and show us how it's all done tonight. Like the guy in the 5th row coming up there in the green shirt. He's kind of in slow motion chicken dancing, but he's doing a good job there. Got these little guys down there in the purple and the orange, swinging their wings. I want to see a grandma get on her feet tonight and do a chicken dance. How many grandmas we got in the bleachers tonight? Let's see some chicken wings, huh? This slow motion chicken over here, he's making me bust a gut here with this green shirt on. Neumiller back to the back row. Taking a look, and here we go. Jumping out front of the number 5 car and the Y5 car, almost seeing double vision there, but taking a good look down on the inside. Number 57X says, I might take a shot at this as well, but your leader, the number 5 car, Terry Harris. Knocking on the back door of Terry is the Y5 of Douglas Van Leer. 57X. Chad Horst in the 3rd position. Coming down, taking one tight look down. Avoiding that Uke tire, but can't quite get it done. Currently your leader, the number 5 car of Terry Harris. 3 wide. Coming out of turn 2. Who's it going to be? But they're holding their ground, and we've got a yellow out here. Yeah, Tom Steele, the number 3 car, all by himself, having a good old time up there in the apex of 3 and 4. Lost his front end earlier there. So tonight, we're going to hold this fairly close lineup here again. Your leader going to start this race off again as the number 5 of Terry Harris, the number Y5, Douglas Van Leer. Like, again, some good weather tonight, not chasing raindrops or wind or lightning. Just have a super evening tonight. Weather's just right. Want to take advantage of getting a refreshment. I'm sure do that at any of the concession stands, beer shacks as well. Here we go. Got the green flag down and the hammer down as well on that number 5 car. Mr. Harris holding him off there, but that 57X coming down, backing on the back of his door, takes a look down on the low side going into 3. Can he pull it off together? Gets down by that Uke tire there. You don't ever want to hit one of them. But here is your new leader, the number 57X of Chad Horst. Ross Dixon, the number 3D car, taking a look down on the inside, coming out of turn 2. Takes up that second seat of that position, but can he catch down that 57X car? We're going to find out here in a little bit. That Y5 car coming up the back end of the 5 car of Terry Harris, holding that 4th position. But your leader, the number 57X of Chad Horst. Harris getting a little loose and getting up high, and the Y5 takes an opportunity to swing down low. He is currently fighting and battling for that 3rd position. But Harris says, no, I don't think so. I'm taking it on the top side again. Your leader, number 57X, Chad Horst. We've got another caution thrown out here in turn 2. Number 3 of Tom Steele. I don't know if his hood, you think you ought to put a hood back on that thing? Maybe that'll help him. I don't know. But 3 cars spinning around, getting on that loose stuff again, causing a yellow to come out. Some good racing, though. Getting underway. A lot of competition up there in that first 5 positions. Tom Still maybe calling it quits. I don't know. He doing that, getting tangled up in that traffic, and then having 2 spinouts again there. A little misfortune to the number 3 car. Like Doug's trying to get them into paired up position again. Get our lineups correct again. Part of racing, though. Get banging and bumping. Get a little mess up. Slows things down a little bit, but I know we've got a lot of good show yet coming at you folks tonight. So hang in there with us. See if we can't get this thing under green and keep it green for a little bit. Your leader, number 57X, Chad Horst out front. Number 5 of Terry Harris, he's fighting for that 2nd position. He's going to hold it here on the inside. And we're getting a green and we're going racing. Ross Dixon, the number 3D car, knocking on the back door of the 57X of Chad Horst. Diving into turn 3, taking a look high, taking a look maybe down low. Let's see if we can't get something forward fight happening here. But your current leader here, 57X of Chad Horst. That number 6 car, Jamie Neumiller, coming from the back of the pack. He's made good ground. He's already up into your 3rd position, but battling, knocking on his side door is the Y5 car from out of town into the Black Hills Speedway tonight, doing a good job as well. But here's your 1 and 2, 57X and 3D. You notice we're getting a little bit higher and higher each lap we go around, hoping there's a little cushion up there to get a little bit of bite, and that 57X is doing a fine job. But that 3D, that Dixon car, right behind him, saying the same run you're making is weighing is making me work. And your leader in 2nd position, Chad Horst and Ross Dixon. The number 6 car of Jamie Neumiller holding down the 3rd position, the Y5. Douglas Van Leer in the 4th position, putting Terry Harris back to the 5th position. But your leader coming down the front straightaway, 57X. Chad Horst and Ross Dixon, Jamie Neumiller, Douglas Van Leer, and Terry Harris rounding out your top 5 so far. We never know what might happen tonight, but diving into turn 3. Horst is still holding him off, but Dixon says, you know what? Don't get too comfortable. Things can change, but here's your leader, 57X of Chad Horst. Trying to hold up on that cushion, but both of them staying very consistent and very competitive. Your leaders right there in first and second place. Neumiller dropping back a few spots. The number 6 car, but he worked his way all the way up into third and holding off the Y5 car of Van Leer. Coming out of turn 4. Consistent as they are. Your leader, Chad Horst, 57X. Horst laying down a fast time of 21.8. Dixon obviously right behind him doing a 21.9. You can't even hardly see that, but that's what they're consistent about doing. They're driving the fastest line. They're doing just about as smooth as you can drive, and that's why about where they continue to remain. But your 2 leaders coming down the back straightaway going into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4, Doug says one more time around. Battling for that 3rd position. The Y5 and the 6 car. Coming up on some lap traffic. Diving into turn 3, taking up the high side, around the cushion. Who's it gonna be? Up high, down low. Your winner, 57X, Chad Horst. Do we have any Chad Horst fans in this place tonight? Ross Dixon finishing 2nd. Rounding out your 3rd place. Jamie Neumiller of the number 6 car, the Y5 of Douglas Van Leer. And completing and rounding out your top 5, the number 5, Terry Harris. All right, you 57X crazy fanatics on deck. Your winner, Mr. Chad Horst. Give a special thanks as well to the 3D of Ross Dixon, doing just a fine job here. He gets to come to Rapid and kind of see what to contend with, and he continued with a regular here at the Black Hills Speedway. That 57X car looking good tonight. Your lineup for tonight in the Knology Midwest B mods tonight. Andy Fitzgerald sitting into pole position, number 79. Outside of him, number 31, Kyle Harkin. The second row, 3X Lyndon Bolt. Outside of him, the 2M car of Paul Olson. Very familiar car in row 3 on the inside. Number 37M, Brady McDonnell. Outside of him, 73C, Jason Hanrahan out of Milesville. Row 4, number 95 on the inside is going to start out with Mike Kress. On the outside of him is the familiar car you just seen win the previous race there. And another car, 57X, again driven by Chad Horst. Row 5, inside, number 66, Mark Brave. On the outside of him, number 99T, Tim Torres. Starting with row 6 on the inside, the brother of Chad is none other than Jesse Horst in a 20X car. Outside of Jesse is number 6, Timothy Redleaf. Starting in row 7, inside 69, Brett Williams. Outside, back at the track is number 14, Tyler Mills. Row 8 on the inside, 15S is Jimmy Berkovich. On the outside of him is 29G of Grant Bolt. Jumping back another row here, and number 67 of Rex Conrad. Outside of him is 21, Terry McNamara. Keep working that name. I'm going to get that right one of these nights. Row 10. We'll look back into there is a number 11 of Brandy Baker. Outside of him is a number 5 of Scott Tyrell. Row 11. Number 17, very familiar car out here at the Black Hills Speedway, Troy Liker. On the outside of him, a legend at the Black Hills Speedway, been here a long time racing. Number 85 of Doug Pudwell. Rounding out your 12th row on the inside, newcomer to the Black Hills Speedway this year, 15R of Austin Roth, 73 William Day. Here we go. Looking down the low side, 3X of Lyndon Bolt. Outside of him, number 31, but slipping back. But who's coming down on the inside? Getting really tight, none other than the 37M car of Brady McDonnell. But out front, 79. Andy Fitzgerald is your leader tonight. Andy Fitzgerald getting a good lead, getting a good jump, and he's pulling away there from the pack, but right behind him, closing the gap, 37M of Brady McDonnell, taking it up a little high, getting a little loose, but resalvaging that, getting back down tight. Your leader, 79 of Andy Fitzgerald. A lot of good, clean racing tonight. Never want to speak too soon, but they're doing a good job in the third position. Jason Hanrahan out of Millsville, South Dakota, coming in there, but look down low. What's happening here? It's Fitzgerald. It's McDonnell coming out of 4. Your new leader, 37M. Brady McDonnell looking really good. Fitzgerald saying, you know what, it's not over till it's over, pal. And I'm still in second, and I'm running down you in the back straightaway. Taking a look on the high side coming into turn 3. But down low he looks again. Can he make something happen? Brady says not this time around. Brady McDonnell, your leader. Brady getting a little sideways down low. Allows Fitzgerald to catch up another space or two. A lot of good racing, but coming out of turn 4. Your first 3 cars here, McDonnell, Fitzgerald, Hanrahan. Lo and behold, you knew this was about to happen, but on the high side, on the outside of Hanrahan, going down the back stretch, none other than the 57X of Chad Horst, taking a position, trying to take it away from Jason. Will he give it up? Will he give it up coming out of 4? But your leader, number 37M. doing a fine job of racing. Technology B Midwest Modifieds going down the back straightaway. It's McDonnell, it's Fitzgerald, it's Horst, and they're coming in for contention, coming in high, coming down low. Here we come around the front straightaway. It's Brady McDonnell. Got a yellow flag coming out here tonight. A little bit of misfortune over here coming into the pits, the infield. Looks like Mr. Torres, the number 99T. He's had a really good run this season, right at the beginning of the season, taking his fair share of feature wins. But tonight, apparently not being one of those better evenings for him. Looks like he's going to put it on deck tonight and call it quits. Got some front end damage there apparently on the right front. But we are getting back into formation. What about that Brady McDonnell? Give it up for him tonight. He is your current leader. 37M driving his brother's car, Travis McDonnell. Doing a fine job. Gonna go another lap here. Looks like under yellow. The 2M car in the infield as well. Got a jack under the back end. Trying to see if they can't get that together. Maybe they will. They might not, but we'll possibly give them a little time to get things pulled together quick. How many of you knew in the stands that Brady McDonnell was one of the craziest, most eager Nebraska fans you've ever known? Now, if he heard me say that, as big as that guy is, I probably won't be here next Friday. But being he's down there in his car and I'm up here, I don't think he cares a whole lot for Nebraska, but he played for Colorado. How many Colorado fans we got out here tonight? We'll go ahead and root that Colorado fan on and that Colorado ball player, because he has become quite the wheelman out here this last season at the Black Hills Speedway, and he is currently your pole sitter on this restart, number 37M. Are we going to get a green flag? Doug says, yes, we are, and here we go. McDonnell, Horst, Fitzgerald, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway, taking a dive down on the inside, but Horst tangles up a little bit with McDonnell, but he pulls it together, and he is your current leader right now, Brady McDonnell. Down on the low side is a Horst. Down on the low side is a Horst. A little bit of bump in there by the 20X, but Brady's holding it together. He says, you know what? It's not going to take it that easy. He's taking the high side. Chad's taking the low side. What's it going to be coming out of turn 4? He is remaining your current leader, Brady McDonnell. Brady's finding a little bit more bite on the upper end there on that cushion. Horst taking a look down low, making that work for him a little bit better. And you know, the different drivers like a little bit different things. But what's working tonight for Brady is that nice high groove at 37M of Brady McDonnell. Jesse Horst in the 20X car saying, you know what? It's about time my brother takes a second seat to me. He goes, I'm going to hold this second point down, and I'm going to run a little bit here. Let's see what Jesse has to bring to the number 37M car. But currently your leader, 37M, Brady McDonnell. Diving down low, taking a look up top, holding down the back straightaway. It's a race between 37M and 20X. Who's it going to be diving into turn 3? But the 20X takes a little quick bite down to the bottom, slides up to the top. Your new leader, 20X, Jesse Horst. Chad says, I might try the same thing my brother did. But Brady says, I'm not going to let you do it this time around here. You're going to have to do a whole lot more than that. You got to bring your best A game. We're coming out of turn 4. It's 20X, your new leader, Jesse Horst. Great racing here tonight at the Black Hills Speedway. Got a good field of cars. 20X car, got a little fire coming out from below there. Brady takes a look down low, gets some banging and bumping. He's on the outside coming across. He is your leader again as a 20X car. Jesse Horst brings us out a yellow caution tonight. Something with the motor obviously there. As many of you seen the fire coming out of the exhaust of the headers there. Some of you could probably hear the motor popping a little bit coming into turn 4. But here is your leader right here, the number 37M. Brady McDonnell. Looks like we're going to leave him under a moving yellow tonight. Get Jesse's car on the hook here and take a quick look. Maybe not a hook. Maybe we'll just give him a little bump here. What do you think tonight about these Knowledge EB Midwest Modifieds, folks? Is this some good racing or what tonight at the Black Hills Speedway? You got to know these drivers can hear you in those cars. When they come around here again, let's scream as loud as we can. Let's just cheer them on. These guys are doing a great job here tonight. Your Knowledge EB Midwest Modified Series. Doug's giving him a look here. See what we can do. He's got the green flag in his hand. And we are going racing tonight. Would you look at this, the 29 of Grant Bolt coming down, and he is your leader coming out of 2. But McDonnell says, you know what, nice try. I'm coming on the high side. See if this works here. But 57X, Chad Horst coming in the middle. But your current leader right now is Grant Bolt of the number 29 G car. McDonnell saying this high line usually works good for me. I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep trusting that cushion's going to work for me. And he comes around the outside, passes 29. 57X taking a good look at the same line. But what's happening down low is that low groove is working for that 29G car. But here is your leader, 37M. We've got one more lap to go. We are in a 1-2-3 battle. We got one lap, a half a lap left to go down the back straightaway. The 37M car of Brady McDonnell, the outside of 57X. Chad Horst looking down low and really tight and fast as a 29G. Can he pull it together? Hits a Uke tire. Your winner, 37M of Brady McDonnell. We've got calamity down the front straightaway. Look at that 37M back there. This is his very first feature win. Get on your feet and give it up to number 37M, your winner, Brady McDonnell. He's already a tall boy, but he's got to be walking 10 feet tall tonight when he gets out of this car. Says special thanks tonight to Stryker. Thanks to Sam Liebig. He's kind of been crew chiefing with him this year and helping Brady just figure some things out. Give it up one more time. He's waving at you, folks. Let him hear you tonight. Brady McDonnell, the 37M. Starting in the pole position tonight is going to be the number 47 of Len Amick. On the outside of him is going to be number 44 of Eric Mass. Second row inside. The J car, you seen him earlier tonight. He's back out here tonight. Chris Johnson. On the outside of him, the flying F16 of Scott Anderson. On the inside, row 3. None other than the number 82. You know him. Leprechaun John Bay. On the outside of him, number 18, Tony Liker, residing out of Gillette, Wyoming. He's a current feature winner out here and over again. On the inside, row 4, number 57X, Larry Whip. On the outside of him, Brian Diede of the 1QT car, row 5. 13 on the inside, 13 of Brent Nielsen on the outside, 8R of Virgil Randolph. Taking up the 6th row tonight is Kelly Hampel. I want to thank these out-of-town drivers tonight for coming and being a part of the Black Hills Speedway. Looks like we're going green. Hopefully, everybody's in good form out there. Are you excited tonight for this race, folks? Well, let's let them hear it, huh? We're going racing. Jumping right up onto the high side under the cushion of number 44. Eric Mass doing a fine job, but right behind him, the flying F16 of Scott Anderson. We've got cars up on the high side, just sweeping off the marbles. Your leader, number 44. Liker of the 18 coming up into the 3rd position. Johnson in the J car holding down the 4th. Amick coming into the battle into the 5th. But what are we going to see on the back straightaway? We're jumping up to the 4th turn. We're seeing Eric Mass, number 44, your leader. Brian Diede of the 1QT car getting a little loose on the high side, coming to the apex of 2, coming down the back straightaway. Johnson coming, fighting, battling for that 4th position back. But here is your leader, number 44, Eric Mass. Scott Anderson of the Flying F16 coming down low, trying to hold a groove on the cushion, but can he get it done? Eric Mass, your leader. Liker trying to close the 3rd door on that 2nd place. Tony Liker laying down some mean fast times. Just a tick over 19 seconds, but your leader, number 44, Eric Mass. Liker takes an opportunity to take that 2nd position. The F16 getting a little sideways, but salvaging it out of turn 2. In the 4th position, coming down the back straightaways, 1QT, your Brian Diede coming out of Aberdeen, but your leader, number 44, Eric Mass, followed by Tony Liker of number 18 car. John Bay taking a high side down the back straightaway, battling Johnson, taking a look down inside of Lynn Amick, seeing if he can get it done 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Down your back straightaway, 1, 2, and 3. It's Mass, it's Liker, it's Anderson, coming on the high side, running the cushion, coming out of turn 4, your leader, Eric Mass. Getting loose on the high side, 18 giving it up. F16 taking a good look down low, down the back straightaway, taking ground back that used to be his piece of real estate. Your leader right now is number 44 of Eric Mass. Scott Anderson, number 16, holding up the 2nd position. Liker in 18, holding down number 3. Eric Mass, your leader. Going into some lap traffic, taking a look down low. It's not really where I want to be. I like getting up high, but holding his ground, number 44, Eric Mass. F16, Scott Anderson said, I'll do the same thing. Getting a little sideways. Coming out of turn 2. Battling on the lap traffic there of Adar Virgil Randall. Coming on the back door of Virgil is number 18 of Liker, trying to get around, get over the top, get underneath. But your current leader is the number 44 of Eric Mass. Battling for the number 2 position, going into turn 1. High side of the F16, low side of the Liker car, number 18. Who's going to get it done? But down the back straightaway, he retains his position. Scott Anderson of the F16 taking a harder look down low, down by the U tire, tagging the barrel, coming down low, battling for 2nd, Tony Liker. Mass putting about 15 car length down the back straightaway, diving into 3. I feel like I'm out here all alone, hanging up here on this cushion, coming across one more time around. Your leader, Eric Mass. Great racing tonight at the Black Hills Speedway. Pulling her up high, coming out of turn 4. Give it up, number 44, Eric Mass. Scott Anderson in the Flying F16 doing a fine job, retaining that 2nd position tonight. Troy Liker working hard, just couldn't quite get it done tonight, but he's okay with a 3rd. He takes the 3rd position. Rounding out your top 3 tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, what an evening of eventful racing tonight. Tell you what, this track, I don't know when I've seen it as nice as it is tonight. It is so smooth. Makes it easy for everybody tonight. So good job on those that prepared this facility tonight. We want to here to hang tight with us for a few moments. We're going to have our trophy presentation shortly. Remember, Speedway Productions, only $12. Get your DVD tonight of the entire race tonight, all the heat races and the main events. Great racing tonight. If you've seen your best driver, your favorite driver take the checkered flag tonight, you want to make sure you get one of those DVDs. And we really want to thank the folks and the staff at Speedway Productions for doing such a fine job promoting this race facility all season long. We want to thank